like what my thing is this, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've working in all the fields that I've worked in. Now I'm gonna be honest here. I've had a lot of jobs, right?
Right.
And the reason I've talked about this before with Bao when we talked about the podcast. The way that I looked at it was I wanted to do as many jobs as possible so I can get an understanding of what it was that what I want to do. Because
Right.
most people say, "Oh, I want to be this," and then they invest all their time into that, which I'm not saying is wrong.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, then you're kind of stuck, and you don't want to get out of that like stuck that you're in. And that comfort zone, I guess, is what I'm pretty
Right.
much trying to say. And for me, it was more like people would say, "Oh, you have so many jobs, like that looks bad on you, or this and that." And I'm like, you know what, bro? At the end of the day, I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what I'm learning. And when I get older, I can say, "Hey, I did that job. Hey,
Yeah.
I know what that was like. Hey, I
Right.
know what you did." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that aspect of like when people are out there and they just don't want to do anything really. And it's kind of weird to me how you can go about your life and not want to take a day off, not want to do this and not want to do that. And again, reverting back to what I originally wanted to push to, which was I've worked in so many careers that I've seen people literally show up every day, which applaud them because that's their consistency and that's their
Right.
dedication.
Right.
But at the same time, they're not enjoying what they're working hard for.
Right.
They're looking forward to that retirement. And it's like, fam, like you need to enjoy yourself now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, oh no, well, if I take the day off, I'm gonna lose out on this. Or I'm like, bro, you have PTO. Like you have
Yeah.
paid time off. Like take that time
There's
off.
a reason,
And they're
yeah.
like, no, I want to stack it up because you can get cashed out at the end of the year. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, like
Hey,
come
man.
on, bro.
No,
like enjoy yourself.
I get that for sure. For
you know?
sure.
And I've had jobs where I would use my sick days as soon as they were available.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, I want to enjoy my time off. But at the same time, guys, there's times where I would use it beneficial.
Right,
like I would
for
take
sure.
the time off and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go, pay my tags, do this, do that, get my haircut, go all that, so I'm ready for the week. Or I would say, oh, I have a new little project that I want to start. Let me do this, But you know how you said that I work graveyard, which is true. I do
Yeah.
work graveyards. It's not the easiest,
No,
right?
I've done them before. No,
it
not
takes a
by all
toll on
means.
your body somehow, bro, that it's just weird.
Yeah.
Like even if you get the right amount of sleep, it's really fucking
Fucking
weird.
hard. Yep.
Like you just wake up so
Super
exhausted,
weird.
bro.
Super weird, bro.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I slept 8 hours. Like I'm not eating like horrible. Like what the heck is going
Yeah.
on? And it's just, that's just what it is. And like now, bro, I'm working my regular job, which for those of you that don't know, I'm a truck driver, right? Like I'm a truck driver. I work, I do deliveries to the port. I grab containers, take them out. That's all I do all night.
Yeah.
Easy job, but can take its toll.
For sure.
And doing that, oh, dude, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, wait a minute.
You're good, you're good.
What was I fucking
Reset.
trying to push it to? Oh, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens, bro. Okay, so yeah, for example, like the night
graveyards.
shift, graveyard and all that stuff, right? Like right now I'm currently working, I would say 6 days a week.
Okay.
Just that job. And then afterwards, I still have to go home, edit some videos. I still have to figure out a time to like make sure everyone in my life understands that, hey, I'm not putting you on the back
Right.
burner, but I do have things
Right.
that I want to do, and prioritize everything accordingly. The thing that sucks about that is that you start to lose time with loved ones. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
stuff like that is what really like bothers me more.
For sure.
But sometimes you have to do what you got to do to get shit done. And a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice that
Yeah.
to put the dedication to that either. And
Yeah.
that's like one thing, bro. Like, let me ask you this. As far as for sacrificing, how do you get that across to like I would say your clients, your customers, or what would you call them? Like,
I mean, my clients. I mean,
right?
like,
Okay. Because
they're friends
everybody has
too.
their own
Yeah,
little
for
different,
sure.
different terms for them. Like, how would you get that across from like the sacrifice?
In terms of like sacrifice.
The sacrifice and dedication, like what is it that you can kind of push them, or what is some words that you can give to maybe them and to other people
Right.
that might see that?
I mean, how I always say is, I mean, obviously, we look forward to the weekends and stuff like that. You want to go out, couple drinks. I mean, we get older and stuff, so I get it. Have like a nice dinner, but more or less, if someone like really wants to like be, very goal driven, like, hey, I want to get to this, and then I always think that's a really big thing is that I feel like you should give yourself time frames, to see like, hey, how far can I do this in terms of like just, I'll get back on it, or like I'll slip up here and there, but in the whole aspect of it, I would say is, I think you can't control environments, so you have to realize that as an individual. So like if you do go out, there's plenty of options. You know, like I even have my clients like text me like, "Hey, what can I eat here?" And I make sure everything's done accordingly to make sure they're very, sticking to their goals per se. And then alcohol, here and there, I tell them like, oh, there's like certain drinks they can have and stuff like that. But if in terms of like going to like different fitness levels, definitely it is a sacrifice that you have to make if you really want to like get the full benefits of training. Just because alcohol can dehydrate you, and I can go on and on about that. I know, yeah. It's a lot, but more or less, I always say is like if you can sacrifice just a little bit time for yourself, you'll come to find out that you can accomplish a lot, but you just need to give yourself that time. And you can't control the environments. The only way you can control the environment is if you like go hand in hand with the environment. Is like peer pressure.
That's number one.
Yeah, number one for sure is like going out with your friends. It's like, I mean, we all have different mindsets. But I feel like a big thing when it comes to like being in shape or getting in shape is you don't get a lot of support. I feel like it's more like a bash when you go out with your friends. Like if it's like out of the norm, you know what I mean? It's like you get
like if your friends are so used to being like eating at the places that they're used to eating. Yeah.
So you kind of get bashed for it. It's like all of a sudden, or like you're being too extreme. But it goes back to that thing. Is like it's a totally different mindset,
right?
Where you'd have to actually do it to know what it feels like. And I always tell my clients, like, I don't want you to think like this isn't how it's gonna be forever, because it's not,
right?
You know, but you just need to, like, if you have a certain time frame, this is what it's gonna take, and then when you can get there, then you can slowly introduce those little things. But I'll teach you the tools to make sure you can have that meal or enjoy that or have that drink. But I feel like it just goes down to that. And then also another thing is like big support. Like, you always need a support system. I didn't have one when I started mine. Is like going back to, like, I got bashed for it. Like, even my own family bashed me for it.
I think that's the one that hits like, the most, huh? Like the family one?
Yeah, dude. So my mom was like, oh, like, no comes bien. You know, and like, I'm Mexican, bro.
It's like, bro, is my food not good enough?
You know what I mean? It's not good enough. And then, like, I started cooking for myself. So, like, my mom wouldn't make me food. And you feel like you're, like, malnourished. But, that's just what it takes to get to, like, a certain level.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It's kind of a slap in the face for a mom, though, when you're like, you don't want to eat my food no more? What's wrong with it? You bet you too good for it now?
Yeah. I know, I get you, man. So, but yeah, going to like Mexican culture is like we eat all the carbs, and it's too much.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, let me give you frijoles, papas, and tortilla. Like, goddamn.
Then my mom calls me gordo for a reason, huh? And she's like, why are you getting so big? Well, what do you think,
it's
dude?
like you can't do that. You know,